Welcome back. You know what I've come to realize is that they put all the SAM in weird places. It's all on high little pedestals. So they just make it a little more difficult. You can tell where we are though. We're right in between our oil refinery, nitrogen gas. Over there is the computer complex, which that building still needs a little work. Over there is the turbo fuel tower. And then there's some SAM right here. But if I'm gonna do that, maybe it makes sense to check this one out. It might be a little closer to the infrastructure. Of course, wherever I pull in the SAM, I'm gonna have to make it fueled on that side. We're not gonna pull fuel over here. Though having fuel on both sides these days seems like it's a better idea. Is it under this? Where is this node? It's almost acting like it's in a cave somewhere. I guess I'm at the point where it makes sense to just mark this. Somehow it's underground. Because it's not there. I don't even know where there's a cave entrance around here. There has to be one, though. I'm starting to think it's on the other side. Yeah, as predicted. Oh, I guess this isn't a full cave, though. Well, I guess I was still wrong. I will take this power slug, though. It's my consolation prize. I don't think any of these walls are destructible. That whole cave just for a yellow power slug? I want to say purple power slug so bad. It looks like there used to be an entrance here, and then somebody came back and put different rocks in place. I mean, that is like next level. Surely they're not going to make me go all the way down there to get in. Looks like they might. I hear all you little spiders. Well, that was an effective way to battle the spiders. Why is my light going off when I go to take a photograph? That's a weird choice. I'm thinking we need to get in here and get a miner going. Maybe a little power. You know, suddenly some floodlight towers are starting to make a lot of sense. Yeah, these don't throw quite as much light as I thought they would. I want to just ship this straight up. And I could, if I could be guaranteed that where I am would actually show up. We'll see if 10 of these is enough to get us there. I want to try to go as high as I can. Actually, hold on. How the heck did I get in here? You would think it would be a combination of where the wires are and where the path is. There it is. That looks better. That's 10? I don't even see where they are. I can't target it again if I can't see where it is. Well, that's not gonna work. We are way out. And it's capping me at 10. Oh, it did come out. This is why you always try before you give up. I am in a dead spot. Yeah, I just followed the... I just followed the, all the concrete that was coming out of my inventory into the build location. Now I gotta make it back there with this conveyor lift build partially completed. Let's see if we can do an infinite lift. To here. I guess it's connecting to the other side of that. I would have been surer if I had put this on a slightly different lift, but we can roll with this. I think we're doing all right. If I had put a industrial storage container on the other side of that, I would have seen the continuous flow and could have debugged it from down here. But since I didn't, I'll just have to do that on the other side. Though I guess technically at this point, if there's Sam there, there's Sam there. Then there's Sam there. And there's Sam there. Trying to decide exactly where do I put Then I'll just kind of whip this into place. Pretty sure the reanimation only takes constructor. We're dealing with 300 of them. So it's not a huge situation. $120, so 4 of these is $480. We'll only have 300 here. Then we'll just merge all this back together. Because you split your supplies and you merge your merchandise. There we go. I think I'll build this out to be fully supported. As wacky as that turned out to be, I still think it might have been a little more fun than building off a pedestal. So this is pausing because there's a little bit of a buffer. We know that there's 300 coming out, and we know we're processing 480. So it'll just take a second for this to clean up. And then that's going to give us 300 divided by... $75, 75 reanimated Sam, so it'll be 2 machines to fix it. But I think the key here... Oh, we're also going to need it for... No, wait, that just lets us change one thing into another thing. Yeah, at some point we are going to need SAM fluctuators. So I should probably have kind of a centralized SAM production area. And I would build 1 or 2 more little mini production areas like this. Yeah, this number's definitely going down. It's fine. Okay. Totally put that in backwards. Let's try that again, shall we? I think we're good. Well, I guess I could put the SAM on the output over here. We're obviously on the edge power consumption. Ooh. Full 36,000. Means we are finally getting to the point where we're using all the power, all the infrastructure that we've built out so far. That's the input, not the output. Gotta do a little vertical. There we go. Obviously, we just want the one that has the input. And now we've added reanimated SAM to our factory drone network. I think we're going to call this nitrogen factory. Speaking of nitrogen, how are we doing over here? Somehow you're claiming to be out of empties. Got plenty of full to go though. Alright, let's grab some empties. The last thing I need is to lose power because I don't have enough nitrogen. I'm surprised that we're still sort of begging for empties for this thing. I would like to see it where we're always filling a little bit of nitrogen. That's a nice flow of casings happening. Holy moly. Here's hoping that that flow of casings means that all of our other issues with both radios and fuse frames kind of been addressed. Wasn't worried for a second. I brought over too many canisters, now I can't get rid of them. My goal, and maybe it's not the right goal, is to always have these guys filling something. I guess my right goal would be to make sure these are always full, so when a nitrogen drone comes by, they are always fully loaded. Of course, I am noticing that there's a very little activity over here right now, which isn't necessarily bad, just means I'm pushing an issue that may not need to be pushed. $10,000 plates, huh? I'm gonna see if I can get 10,000 plates and then we're gonna call it. They're gonna ask for time crystals and all kinds of crazy stuff. I know I've got 10,000 plates just lying around over here. That's probably more than we need. At least get the plates out of the way. And give that factory a little something to do. Make a few plates. Alright, 1/4 of our milestone. And a little extra. A little extra, not a lot. Probably don't want that many iron plates in our inventory. I want to see if our factory is actually kind of keeping up now that we've opened up so many iron plates. Originally, I was going to put those on a truck downstairs. Never really got to that particular endpoint. Looks like only 2 of these are directly connected to the output. Oh, this is interesting. It's connected to the local storage and the digital storage. Huh. If one fills up, it totally fills up the other one as well. That's actually not bad. It's gonna take a while for it to replenish all that, though. There's probably so many connections, reconnections, splits, and shipments. Yeah, I was definitely trying to have every machine touch every storage. But I think it's fine. Let's call it. We've added reanimated Sam to the drone network. And that will make building these fixed site ingots relatively easy. We could drone in some Caterium. And maybe if we're on a local site, we can feather in some of this lower. But then again, we really don't have that much. How much do we currently have? I guess we don't have to limit ourselves to that because we can always add more. Yeah, it looks like 45 currently. So we should probably stick with the high ratio stuff. Because that takes 60. Oh, if we use a whole bunch of bauxite, it only takes, oh wait, if we want to make uranium. Yeah, we don't want to make uranium. Yeah, this is still the best way to go. And then once we have those, we can just crank this out as well. Technically, iron ingots slightly more efficient on the SAM. Oh, no, it's not. It's actually a lot worse. You only get 10. Up here for 5 more, you get 5 more. So it's way more efficient to use Caterium. If you think about it, it's 40 for 10. And then for 5 more, you get 5 more. And this is just 40 for 10. So yeah, better to stick to Caterium. And then we'll go with the ingots to trigons. That's the only thing you can make with that. Assembly director. Biomechanical sculptors. I mean, this is looking like a computer thing again. We'll have to see. I don't know that I want all of this stuff to be in the computer section. So we'll have to check out exactly how we put all that together. But at the very least, I think we can get down to this level and make the trigons. Since there's nothing else to do with this, the only thing we can do with this is make these. And then it'll be a double back to see what else we can make with the reanimated Sam. Sam fluctuators. So that's looking like it should be in the desert. And there's something we can make with these that we haven't made yet. So it might make sense to kind of do a 2-to-1 ratio Trigon sand fluctuator building, something along those lines. But we'll deal with that in the next episode. You know, how do I holster my... You would think by now I would know how to do this. Oh my god. Alright, we'll just take the picture with the coffee cup. It really should let you holster your weapon inside of this. It should tell you how to do it. But what do I know? Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. We'll see you next time.